All right, we're up and running. This is Kyle McGregor here, calling from Southern California. We're so excited to have everybody here that's in person there in Florida, as well as everybody calling in from around the country. Whether you're seeing this live or this is you're seeing a recording of this, we have a very, very special guest speaker. I'm so honored and privileged to be working with Mr. Micah Gaudio, who has really stepped into phenomenal greatness in really sharing the information, what we got going on today. And we have a very special guest speaker, the CEO and founder of our company here with Uforia, Mr. Ron Williams. But let me share with you a little bit about Micah. This is a gentleman that I met about 3 months ago or so, and I just loved his energy. He just was a quality, authentic person. And the more I got to know him, the more I got to know his story, the more I just realized that he's just a magnificent guy. And it's so great to be working with people of that caliber. Just a little bit about Mike. I mean, he's tremendous success in his own right in business, not just in the financial side, but really impacting businesses. Right? He's a founder of Lynch magazine, of Smith Mountain Laker magazine, as well as owns his own wakeboard shop. Not to toot his horn too much, but he truly deserves that. Really, with owning a very successful digital marketing companies and loyalty programs. He was actually the global marketing director of GE Medical, as well as the VP of creative VP for a second largest ad agency in Tempe. So not only is he an athlete, you can see that because he owned his own wakeboard company, but he actually was a lead singer of a band. That's right. He's got a great voice. Actually, I want to hear that soon. But he's a father, a phenomenal father, and a fantastic husband, Mr. Micah Gaudio. Are you there?
Hey, let me unmute myself. Sorry, we're having a little audio delay, but that's okay. Thank you very much, Kyle. And it was not Lynch magazine. We're in Lynchburg, but
that's what I meant. Lynchburg.
I just realized Kyle is so awesome. He never ever reads a script. I don't know if you noticed that, and he did not read the script for sure. That's awesome, man. I love it, man. Thank you very much, brother. Like Kyle said, I met him about 90 days ago, man, and ever since, man, we've just hit it off. We love helping people, and I love Kyle McGregor. If you would have told me 90 days ago, we would have been locking arms in this business and I'd be doing it full time. I would have told you you're crazy. But that's how big this opportunity is to me. And thank you for setting that up, Kyle. And thank you for everything you've done for me and Uforia. I appreciate that. So everything Kyle said there is mostly true, except he left out one thing. A lot of people don't realize that I went bankrupt in 2011. And I'm not talking about business bankrupt. I'm talking about personal bankrupt. So in 2007, I was worth well over $3 million. And in 2011, I went bankrupt. And that was a very painful thing for me because I've never lost in my life, right? Never lost at business. Everything I did turned to gold. And, you know, through all that pain, I found out a few things. You know, I learned who my friends were, right? And what's important in my life. And, you know, I had 27 employees, you know, and, you know, where were those people, you know, when I went bankrupt, right? Everybody was gone and I had very few friends left. And so, you know, what I said, and I made a commitment to myself after that was, you know, I'm as wealthy as I need to be as long as I'm in control of my time. And I live by that motto. And so I could, you know, take my son to football practice, watch his games, watch my daughter's drama and theatrical. I never missed a field trip, those type of things. I fly down to see my wife every week in Florida. I fly back to see my kids. I fly back down to see my dad in Florida. I'm in control of my time. And that's what's important to me, not making millions of dollars. And I'm as wealthy as I need to be if I have control of my time. The other thing I found out was, you know, I didn't get rich selling 5,000 wakeboards, right? I didn't get rich, you know, being a top 5 internet dealer because I'm only as good as the products that I had on the shelves. So, you know, I made my money selling air, selling advertising, selling unlimited supply, residual income, passive income. And then in less than 6 months later, I created 2 revenue streams that gave me $2,000 to $15,000 a month. And I have about 15 now, as small as just YouTube income, a couple $100 a month, that just every month it's coming in. And people always ask me what I do. And, you know, this is what I do. You know, I look for great opportunities and then I capitalize on them. And Uforia is one of those opportunities. It's just the cherry on top that it's such a health benefit. Now, I'm not going to go into all of them. I have like 10 of them. But what I wanted to say was the first thing I noticed right off the bat was my sleep. I pride myself in my sleep 10 to 12 hours. And now I'm getting 6 to 4 and I'm feeling like I got 8. Okay, my energy level is through the roof. I don't drink coffee anymore. I don't really take pre-workout. I just go, go, go. I know this sounds cliche, but I feel like 20 years younger, and I'm just, my to-do list, I'm just checking them off. I'm driven. And those are just 3 things that I've noticed that I've been on this product for 30 days. So I wanted to give you an overview of this opportunity. I want to tell everybody about it. I'm doing it full time, and I'm super excited about it. So Kyle, if I see you, let me know if Ron's on. I don't know if he is or not.
Ron is on, actually.
Awesome, awesome. And I'd love to introduce the man of the hour, the CEO and founder of what perhaps could be the most significant health and wellness company in the world. I want to share a quick story about Ron. I don't know if that slide's up. We don't see him in here, Ron. The one slide with Ron. Kyle invited me to Vegas, and it was great to see everything that Uforia was about. I hadn't even received my nutrition yet. I'm what you would call a U-virgin. So I went in there blindly to meet everybody in the company. There's Kyle and John Malott and the Viking right there. Great slide. And then the next slide's Ron. And invited me up to his suite up at Caesar's Palace. And I got to meet all the movers and the shakers in the company. And I could see the connection and how much Ron cared about them. And that just impressed me so much. There they are right there up at Caesar's. And then the next day, I snuck into the front of the award ceremony, right? I didn't know it was reserved, but I like stuck. I was right there. And then, you know, I could just see the connection as people, you know, receive their awards and how much he wants to help people. You know, he could have done this any other way. You know, he could have spent millions on advertising and went direct to the people. He could have went to the practitioners, Uforia. They could have done that, but they want to share the wealth with us. And I think that's just a wonderful testimony to Uforia and Mr. Ron Williams. Please welcome him. He's a success in his own right with the vision, and he loves having fun, as you can see in this picture. And most of all, you know, he knows his facts. And best of all, he loves helping people become a success. Please welcome the CEO and founder of Uforia Science, Ron Williams. Hey, Ron, how are you? All right, thank you.
Yeah. Well, first of all, man, Micah, I'm kind of the runner-up to the hat on backwards to Micah because I love his style, and I just love his casual nature. I love how he just kind of owns his identity, and that's attractive, man. That's what liberates the rest of us to be who we are, and nothing illuminates who we are more than a DNA test, literally, and that's what makes this really fun. It's a pleasure to be here, Micah. It's really a pleasure to roll up my sleeves with someone the likes of you. Your insights, your inspiration, your motor, man. It's just fun to really line them up with you. But in the short, I just tell everybody really quickly, I don't want to take too much time, that I've been in the wellness industry for some time. I don't have the stomach for hype. I can't poker face people. And for that reason, and I don't take the shortcuts. I like to do things at a high level. And if you're going to play at a high level, you better develop our skill sets, right? Because none of us really like to cut corners. We want to do things right, and we want to sleep good at night. And more importantly, we want to impress our kids. A lot of companies are started to impress their competitors, to impress their neighbors. Man, this company was started truly to impress my kids. And the decision-making is day and night when you're trying to do something special for your children, you know, because you never know when your last day is. And, you know, the question is, what are you up to on that day? And I'm up to this. I'm up to Uforia. I'm up to a vision that's bigger than all of us, so none of us get in the way. No egos, no entitlement, no do me, but service is greater than salesmanship. It works every time. I love that. What I love more than anything is the standard that I hold myself to, I hold you to, and that is my best work is my next work. And that way we've never arrived, because the second we think we've arrived is the second we lose our relevance through a pruning process. And so I firmly believe in this idea of my best work is my next, always holding ourselves to a standard higher than yesterday or the last project that we did. So the short of this is this. We have a company called Uforia Science. I named it that because every time I say the word euphoria, it spits out an endorphin. And it really is a special company. It's the only company of its kind on the planet. I believe it's potentially the most significant wellness company in history, and here's why. We have labs that are medical grade labs. These labs, they're HIPAA compliant for confidentiality. They're CLIA and CAP certified, which are quality standards. And they specialize in DNA reports. And in this case, they're testing your anti-aging genetic panel. So your brain, your heart, your muscles, your bones, your immune system, your fat, your inflammation, your detoxification, your vitamin D absorption, all the things that you would look at if it was your dashboard. And from there, it goes through part number 2, and that is our intellectual software. 24 years in development by a bunch of giddy scientists who had this vision of nutrigenomics. How does nutrition interface with genetics? And these guys wrote a software that took them 24 years. Excuse me, my son's back here. Both of my boys are here. Took them 24 years. And so that makes this kind of really special, because what it does is it tunes into the algorithm of you, and it gives you a 35-page DNA report headlined with your specific information, what you inherited from mom, what you inherited from dad, or both. And based on that, by the way, surreal moment when you get that report. And because that report is kind of a vessel for your ancestry to speak through you. So kind of fun. Thanks. Sorry, I got 2 boys in the back seat. But anyhow, so from there it goes to a piece of machinery that we engineered and built, and it took 3 years to do this. It's the only machine on the planet, and we can make more. It's ours. It's proprietary. Takes your information, believe it or not, and it drops nearly 100 plant-based, peer-reviewed, studied ingredients into one formula we call Nutrition. The theory is that there's no 2 test results alike, therefore there's no 2 formulas alike, and we can make roughly 400 million unique formulas. One is yours. So what does this mean? It means it's the beginning of the end of blind nutrition, of try this and try that, right? Those days are coming to an end, and it's basically letting our DNA be the authority, giving our body a voice for what it absolutely needs, but indirectly what it doesn't need. And so what I'll share with you from a high-level perspective is this. Prevention. We used to think prevention was this thing we could tell everybody, oh, just live a life of prevention. We were wrong. Because if we were right, there wouldn't be people who can smoke a pack of cigarettes a day and live to be 100. People who breathe in secondhand smoke and get sick. This is all genetics. People who die of a heart attack in their prime. They're fitness icons who pass out of a heart attack in their prime. These are all genetics. So what we're learning in this technology is this. What you're preventing is completely different than what I'm preventing. And so forth and so forth and so forth. It's a thing called precision prevention. And this technology illuminates that. That's why some of us 4 of us could take acai juice and only one of us feels something. The other 3 feel nothing. That's genetics. Wouldn't it be nice to design your nutrition exactly what the body is screaming for based on peer-reviewed, studied ingredients, all plant-based? So it's a special time from a financial standpoint. I know, Micah, this is an important point to make with you and your team. This is the cell phone to the landline, folks. We're the one and only on the planet doing this. This is going to be a $620 billion industry next year alone in 2020, almost out of nowhere. And here we are, the only company on the ground floor, 7 months into it. Your earliness on a scale from 1 to 100 is a 0.075, right? That's how early we are in this business. So I love this because I'll just say this quick and I'll be done, but that we're 99% identical. We belong together. We're 99% identical. We belong together. And I love that notion. It's not our color. No, I'll go in there. So sorry, guys. My little boys are with me. Okay. Close the door, please. I'll be in there in a minute. Go.
It's cool, Ron. We all have kids.
Thank you, guys.
You know, when I booked this, I had no idea. Look out here. There's a whole, oh, they just shut down. When I got here, I was like, they're having a festival. I believe every law enforcement in the state of Virginia was next door to us when we started. So we could hear every word of that. Thank you very much.
Well, Yeah,
I'm one of 4 kids, and I got 2, man. I know.
Well, thank
awesome.
you guys. But
is Ron still on for a few questions, or you guys want me to do the product? Kyle, you around? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear me.
Yeah, finish up, Ron. Go and mute yourself, Micah.
Can you hear me okay? Yep.
All right, Kyle, can you hear me?
We hear you loud and clear, Ron.
Hey, we'll just go into it. Click a slide if you can hear me.
What I wanted to share is you guys can hit mute. Thank you. There's a little echo.
Big earthquake happened in San Diego.
Hey, Micah, why don't you mute your line? Thanks, Ron. Go ahead.
Thank you. So there's 99% that says we're identical. This is a fact. And it's not about our gender. It's not about our color. It's not about our, our economic status. We all bleed the same color. If you're human, you're the majority. If you feel unloved, make yourself lovable. And I love the sustainability of that view on our planet today. So the 99% is a beautiful thing that brings us together, but it can lure you to sleep because we start blending, and we blend. We're no longer teachers or mirrors or anything. We just kind of blend and survive. But where I'm going with this is that 1%. What is that? I believe it's that understanding that there never has been or never will be. Someone is beautiful and someone is unique as you. And sometimes we just forget. It's the brilliant you. It's the nerdy you. It's the awkward you. It's the talented you. It's the part of you that scares the crap out of yourself. But that's what we're trying to tap into here. We're trying to liberate people to spend 99% of their being inside of that 1%. And nothing illuminates this like a DNA test. So it's the vision that I have is not to be just a transactional company, but a transformational company. A company that puts its arm around people, where people put their arms around each other, and we build a community that makes this world a better place because our doors are open. That's what juices me, in case you're wondering. So in order to get to this conversation, the company has to be fit. It has to be lit. It has to bring some sort of value to the planet. I'm telling you, there's not another wellness company on the planet bringing this sort of value. Very hard to compete with, folks. So it's our marketplace. I say, let's be business people. Let's be dolphin tough. There's no need for any sharks here. Dolphins work together. Sharks are terrified of dolphins. So just be dolphin tough. And that means be your most amazing self combined with your most lethally skilled human being, and then just simply get to work. So Micah, thank you so much for having me on with you, man. I look forward to working with you many more times. You're a world-class guy. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. Do we have time for a couple questions, Ron? You still around? I don't know if you guys heard that, but
absolutely.
But when we got here, every law enforcement in Virginia was outside, so there was music going on, everything. They shut down before dark, but so we've got a lot of background noise. Hopefully you can hear us. But Ron, I just had a couple questions, and I was talking to the people here, and why now? That's one of the questions we had. The technology's been 20 years, 10 years in the making. You've been a part of that. Why is the time right now? Can you just kind of shed some light on that? And
well, I think with the ascension of 23andMe and Ancestry, they have a limited offering. They can give you some information. That information they give you, we can do in our sleep, just so you know. We wanted to provide the solution as well. So we think the timing in the marketplace is perfect because DNA was a bit of a taboo criminal subject up until the last year or two. Now it's really accepted as kind of a coordinates for your health and mind, Micah. So it really makes it so there's no guessing. It's scientific. And with blind nutrition, it's all about guessing. It's all about promising it'll cure this and that. The ignorant will ask what this product will do for their body, but the wise will anticipate what their bodies will do with the product.
Awesome. Thank you. Let me unmute myself real quick. 2 more questions. One, could you talk about, I've never been in direct sales before, and I was just blown away. I didn't know who Eric Worre was and Liqueur, and that almost reached $1 billion last year. Could you just kind of shed some light on the leadership and the corporate structure, the foundation of Uforia, and just Tell us a little bit about that and how that came together.
Yeah, there's just not enough time in a day to talk about all the positive features of this company. To my left is the foundation of this company, Liqueur Nutriceuticals, or Liqueur Enterprises. They're about a 970 million last year, so they'll pass $1 billion this. And what they do is they specialize in all of the operational logistics. They're kind of our Amazon, if you will, but they're specifically for us. And they specialize in all the operational verticals, from warehousing to manufacturing to ingredient sourcing to compliance to laboratory work to pick, pack, and ship to shipping around the world to software services to merchant accounts. They do everything, and they do it all at a world-class 10. They're just so proven. So they're my partner, and I feel super blessed. That's to my left. On the right, I have Eric Worre, who's stepped in to be our trainer for business. He's the #1 figure in the world on this subject matter. So show me good training, I'll show you a great company. They just don't come better than him. And if you look at the freshness of the brand, the biotechnology, it's the culture of this company, it's second to none in terms of caste and culture.
Thank you, and Ron, that was great. And the last question, this, whatever you feel like you want to share, what are you most excited about? It could be Uforia, it could be genetics 100 years from now. What are you most excited in the field of genomics?
I think giving people a sense of peace. I have people, who will cry on my shoulder, literally saying, my great-grandfather died in his 50s of a heart attack. My grandfather died in his 50s. My father died. I'm just hitting my 50s. And then they find out, that they inherited that, and they can do something about it because they know. And then here's the flip side of that. It's when somebody has the same exact story, but then they find out they didn't inherit that SNP. Talk about, this is a person who laid awake at night thinking they were going to not wake up the next morning over and over and over and over again, only to find out that they did not inherit that SNP. So I like giving people a sense of peace, because the future of this company is DNA skincare, right? DNA weight loss, DNA sports, and our legacy will be DNA nutrition for children. Imagine if each of us could have found out our DNA in 2nd grade, how much straighter the line could be. So we have today, let's make today worth something, and let's pass this on to others.
Thank you, Ron, for all that. Thank you for being with us. Everybody's pumped. I know you're super busy, and looking forward to seeing you soon. Thank you, Ron.
My pleasure. Thanks so much, Micah.
All right, take care, man. I'm going to cover quickly. I want to introduce some people and give some testimonials, and I'm going to cover the product in 5 minutes. And if you want to hear the opportunity, stay on beyond that. But I want to give some other testimonials and bring them online. I don't know, is the screen rolling now? Perfect. I wanted to introduce Sean Abel real quick, man. This guy inspires me because I waited till I tried the product, but he saw the vision right away and signed up right away and started getting people involved right away. This guy is a CrossFit champion. He's a minor league baseballer. Well, you are. You just had your picture with Kevin Frazier. There it is. Exactly. So, man, I don't know. You could just talk to Uforia and what it means to you, man. That's great.
Hey, real quick, just wanted to thank Micah for this opportunity. When he called me several weeks ago about this company, I've always been interested in the DNA stuff, and he's like, I've got this company. These people are amazing. This product is amazing. You got to hear me out. And immediately, I bought it. DNA testing, the blind supplements. Myself would walk into.
Hey, Sean, come a little bit closer if you could.
I would come into a GNC, and I would just start pulling things off the shelf that I think might help me. But this opportunity to take a supplement that's made for me to better my lifestyle was a no-brainer. I had a great opportunity to talk to Kyle about it as well. And very excited about this company.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Man, thank you, Bill. Thank you. All right, and the next person I got to introduce because, man, if it wasn't for her, man, she feeds me all the science. Today she was figuring out all kinds of things with supplements. I'll let her talk about that, but we're very excited about the practitioner line that's coming very soon that is right for doctors. And of course, my wife is a nurse anesthetist and a nurse practitioner. So once she puts those people to sleep, she can talk the doctor's ears off. So we're going to be a great team. You know, I'm so fortunate to have her telling me the science. I'm like, baby, why when I drink, I feel like I get drunker. Why is that? And she's giving me the science of it. And now I don't even want to drink because it's like, hey, wait a minute. So I want to introduce my wife, Misty Vitale Gaudio. Thank you, babe.
Hey, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. So I'm Misty Vitale Gaudio, Micah's wife. I'm, as he said, also a nurse practitioner and a board certified nurse anesthetist in Florida. I was introduced to Uforia by Kyle McGregor, just like Micah. I remember after talking to him, we both kind of were like, what is this stuff? And so, of course, me being me on the medical side, I went and started immediately researching everything and down to the, peer-reviewed studies and how many peer-reviewed studies did they base their choices on and things like that. And, the thing that I kept coming up with was that I had no negatives. I couldn't find the negative in the product. I couldn't, after watching videos, I couldn't find the negative in the company. And everyone that we had met, thus far was just awesome. I mean, really, they just were awesome. They were helpful. They were authentic. And, just people that I was happy to know and to deal with. I don't really do business, like Micah said. I put people to sleep for a living. So talking isn't necessarily my thing, but it was just amazing. And I love, that Micah has the business side. I have, the medical side. I love doing dorky, as Ron said, nerdy things like that. I got my ingredients list, started looking up the price in comparison, like what is not on the ingredients list that wasn't included in the price comp. And, I got up to about $350 extra over the $765 listed. And I just gave up. I was like, okay, they win. So personally, I've only been on my nutrition about 8 days. I have noticed that I have more drive, things that I probably would have just procrastinated on previously. I've been actually doing them. And I kind of noticed it after the fact and was super excited about it. So, I see, illness and things like that on literally the daily basis. And it's just so preventable. And it doesn't matter if you think that you live that health, just like Ron was just saying, it doesn't matter if you think you're living that healthy lifestyle. If you think you're doing everything right, you can still die of a heart attack tomorrow. You really can. I see it every day. So, the missing piece really does seem to be the genetics, and this is where it's at to fix that missing piece for everybody. So I'm super excited, and I know Mike is as well. So I just appreciate the opportunity and being able to find this product. Thank you.
Thank you, sweetie. That was awesome.
Micah, do you mind if I share something with you guys?
Absolutely, bro. Let me mute myself.
This was big for me. The reason I'm so passionate about what I'm doing here, I've been in the industry 18 years. I've seen lots of different companies out there. So on the business side, all of these elements made a lot of sense. I have about a 20-point checklist for me to choose to affiliate myself with any company. But for me, it was connected to genetic side of things. My dad died of congestional heart failure. And while I was on his deathbed, he knew that he never smoked, never drank, never actually cussed in his life, and did all the right things to eat right and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, what we inherit, we inherit. My cousin died of massive heart attack at 50 years old in the shower. So again, it's not necessarily exactly all the things you're doing right. It's about what it is that we've inherited, we've taken into that consideration. So the fact that we have all the science behind it, and we have the opportunity to position ourselves to benefit from, not just on a profit standpoint, in getting a unique product to serve to market that we can financially gain from, and we can see a tremendous success. Being the beginning of something this big, and they have the opportunity to build on a global scale, but be at the initial stages of that. Guys, this is like a Willy Wonka phone call. The Willy Wonka ticket, guys. This is a blessing, a big, big blessing. So it's really exciting to know that, and we're going to have Micah go into some details in regards to what it is that we're doing, a little more details about the product and potential opportunity that we have in front of us.
Awesome. Thank you, Kyle. I am going to whip through this very quickly. You know, I'm going to talk really fast. So stay with me. I promise you I can get through this in 5 minutes. All right. The steps are you get your DNA kit, right? You swab your cheeks, right? You get your DNA report. Your custom nutrition is made and then it's shipped to you. That whole process is about 30 days. Okay. We like to not over promise and under deliver. So some people are getting theirs a little earlier, but that's basically the scope of it right there. Okay, Kyle, next slide. Thank you. Now tonight I'm doing something for you because somebody did that for me, and that's Kyle, is he paid for my DNA kit. And I really feel like I want to pay for your DNA kit tonight. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this. I don't know what business sense it really makes. All I know is I want to get as many people exposed to this as possible and hopefully have the same results for me. So tonight, if you want to move forward, I got 3 DNA kits here and I've got 10 in Florida. That's all I got. Okay. So if you want to move forward, go ahead and hit the next slide. Kyle, there's a few things. That 159 is gone. You get that for $0. I've got $100 off the DNA test. So all you would pay tonight is $99 for your test, okay? And then your monthly nutrition. So let's keep going. The next thing you want to do is text DNA to 85775. Give me a few moments to finish this presentation. Somebody or myself or Misty or somebody will call you and we'll walk you through the process. Just be ready to do your test. We're going to skip that. We're HIPAA compliant, CLIA certified. Exactly. This is a sample of your 35-page report. Of course, the next slide, you either have a red, a yellow, or a green. A green means you're good. A yellow means you've inherited that genetic variant from one of your parents. And then the red means you've inherited it for both your parents. And that's bad. And that's what we want to address. I think some of you guys in Christmas, anybody here go through the 23andMe this past year? Did you do it? How much did it cost? You didn't? Okay. It cost me, I did the main 23andMe, right? Because I was, excited about, my heritage and all that. And I found out I'm 15% Italian. Sorry, I'm more, with the last name like Gaudio, I should have figured that out, right? But anyway, I found out I'm all German, French, like right on the border. But then, I took the additional health supplement. If you know me and you know my dad, he's got Parkinson's and had for the last 5 years. So they actually test for the Parkinson's, which I didn't have that variant. However, I did have type 2 and I had macular degeneration. And then look what they sent me. These are my actionable things. Maintain a healthy diet, get active, eat healthy foods, don't smoke, all the same stuff, right? What can I do with that? And I spent over $250 and I can't do anything with that report except find my, third cousin up in Illinois. So, I feel like I didn't have anything actionable that I didn't know. So hence nutrition. And let me tell you let's talk about the nutrition real quick. Next slide, Kyle. Go ahead if you're there, text nutrition to 85775. So there's a delay when you do your DNA test to when you get your nutrition. So I created these daily little text reminders that kind of give you the science, how to search, for other answers and experiencing euphoria, maybe certain problems that you're having, other people have had, and maybe they've had a healing or something like that. Text DNA to 85775. The nutrition is 20 years in the making, as Ron talked about. We'll go to the next slide, Kyle. And then this is you get this report. And if you can tell from this report, there's around $765, right? Next slide, you're going to save, okay? Well, that's just the base nutrition, okay? Let's just take one of those ingredients, AC11. Go ahead right now if you want. Google AC11 and see what comes up. Next few slides, Kyle. You'll see what it does. And it's an amazing, the only known plant extract in the world that studies show to enhance cellular repair of the DNA process. And there's all kinds of things that it's been proven to work against. And a bottle of that, it's $1 billion industry for AC11. It's in your nutrition, right? They only mark $54, but it's over $189 for a bottle. So think about that. So we also have 100 plant-based peer-reviewed ingredients. Go on, next slide. And then a lot of you labeled real-time, FDA compliant. Here's some of them: non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, right? A lot of these things you're having right now and you take on your shelf, okay? You've got who's got a cupboard full of some of this stuff, right? These are actual pictures from my friends right here. These are their actual supplements. You don't need all of that. Most everything you need based on your genetics is right there in the nutrition. So take that. Obviously if there's other things that your doctor is giving you, like maybe testosterone or something, that's not in there. So go to your doctor and take that and notice, the differences. So your first month is $159. So I just proved to you how much that could cost. Let me tell you, it's $159 per month. Now, that covers you for SNPs to come as well, when we find more variants and things like that. But let me tell you about our referral program. You get one person in, say you got a spouse, right? You can get your spouse, she's going to want to get on it, or he's going to want to get on it. It's 25% off. That brings your nutrition down to $119. Okay, you get another person, say an aunt, uncle, parent, child, whatever, $79. $39 for the third person. It's absolutely free. You pay the tax and the shipping if you get 4 people. Pretty good deal, right? And then, you know, why can't I just eat the right foods, right? Well, you should know this, a study that it would take, you know, back in 1950, 2 peaches. If you ate 2 peaches, right, you get enough vitamin A that the USDA would, you know, be approved. But today the soil is so depleted, it would take you almost 50 peaches. So if you're a vegan and you like vegetables and things like that, it's great. You're going to be eating a lot of them to make up for the difference. So a lot of people ask me, hey, do I feel any different? You know, everybody's different. You know, everybody's different on this. Misty's not having some of the extreme right away feelings. You know, she just noticed some after. This is a long-term health gain. When you eat a banana, you feel great. I mean, you're like, hey, whatever, I'm great. When you take vitamin C, right? So it's the same kind of thing. No, of course you don't, because you take them because they're good for you, right? And how will you know, if I stop taking, this is another question, what will happen? Okay, well, when you stop working out, Sean, what happens? That's right. So, you know, why would you want to stop taking them is the question. So next slide, we're almost done. And that completes the product. So the bottom line, guys, is you're going to pay for your health one way or another, right? Either in sickness or in wellness, right? You know, you're going to pay for those prescription drugs, right? Now start adding those up, you know, to the cost of Uforia. And you really need to think about your wellness. So anyway, if you're here, thank you for your time. I think we did good on time. And get with the person that invited you. If you're not one of my guests, please do that. And text Nutritionist if you guys are interested in the opportunity. Stay with me for 5 more minutes, maybe tops, and we'll get off this phone call right away. So we've got weekly, daily calls. I've made it really simple for you. There's a professional every day. Dr. Jen's science calls at lunch are awesome. I watch all the calls because I pick up so much stuff, so many tidbits. Go ahead, next slide, Kyle. So there's plenty there. Just text Uforia to 85775. Go down to the bottom of the screen and check what you're interested in right now. And then you'll get a little text reminder 15 minutes before the call. I created that for you to make it easy. Put them on your calendar. The practitioner line, we talked about that. Let's go right to the meat of this thing. Next one. Thanks, Kyle. We talked about Liqueur, Ron Williams. We did that. We covered the winning team. Let's go to the next one. Here's somebody I didn't mention tonight, Mr. John Malott. Tina and Kelly, they're on here at 9 o'clock Eastern on another call. They are my mentors besides Kyle. They are awesome. They are the top in the industry. Just look them up and you have a direct access to them anytime you have a question. And so I want to talk about my, you know, what's a pyramid marketing scheme? You know, what's direct marketing? Thank you, Kyle. This right here, I got to give credit to Jesus. He is the ultimate direct marketer. You may know some of his team like Tom, Phil, Andy, John, Matt, Bart, and Judd. They conquered the world, right, with 12 people. So, you know, I'm not afraid to be a network marketer anymore. I think it's awesome. I get to spend my time helping people. I talked to a friend yesterday for 3 hours at Chick-fil-A that I haven't, you know, talked to ever. And I've known him for that long. And I've known him for 25 years. And we were just, you know, blessing each other. And it, you know, Uforia came up for about 60 seconds of the conversation. So how do you get, if you want to sell, all it takes is, do it, Kyle. What is it going to take? $39.95. You get your site, you get the tools, you get everything, the mentorship. If you want to sell, let me know. We'll bring in the team as a nutritionist. We won't cover the comp plan tonight, but that's what it takes. And then you just pick a pack and you're gone. And that's all you need to know. Are we out of here, Kyle? Help me out. Can you hear?
I'm here. Can you hear me okay? Awesome. Micah, you did a phenomenal job. Absolutely amazing. I mean, here's what's so great is somebody that's never been in this space before, never been in this industry, had a different perspective of what this industry is all about. But guys, this is business. This is about timing and being at the right place at the right time, but taking the action necessary, because it takes vision to see something before the masses do, but it also takes courage to take action. See, when everyone's already doing it, the opportunity's already gone. I mean, think about this. If you had an opportunity to be at the beginning stages of launching cell phones and you had an opportunity to get a piece of everyone's cell phone bill since the mid-90s, I mean, how wealthy would you be today? Guys, this is a paradigm shift of what we're experiencing in the nutrition space. And this is just the beginning. We're going to have so many different verticals we'll be able to tap into over the years. right? Like Ron mentioned. Guys, this is just the infancy stage of a launch that can shift and change your life forever. But again, an opportunity is only an opportunity if you take advantage of it. So we're so excited. We've got some amazing people we're working with. Everyone that I've ever been involved with here is just real, authentic. They truly have a giving heart, because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Guys, we care about people. We want to help people win. And we want to make sure that people are winning on the best behavior they can. So that being said, Micah, thanks so much for everything you're doing. We're so excited that you have the bigger vision and foresight of what's possible here, because we'll be able to impact the world and help them live a better life. That being said, make it a great day. Have a great event. If you need anything else, please let us know, and we'll go from there.